In a season where every point matters, Barcelona finds itself grappling with yet another setback. Raphinha's injury while on international duty with Brazil has sent shockwaves through the Camp Nou, and the implications are nothing short of critical for our ambitions this season. Forced off during Brazil's disappointing friendly defeat to France, Raphinha's situation casts a dark shadow over a pivotal moment for Barcelona. With the team engaged on multiple fronts, domestic league battles, cup competitions, and a relentless push in Europe, losing a key player like Raphinha, especially now, is a blow that could resonate throughout the squad. As we await the results of his medical tests, anxiety permeates the air at the club, with both fans and management bracing for potentially devastating news. Speaking out on this pressing issue, Barcelona president Joan Laporta did not mince words in expressing his frustration. In comments that echo the sentiments of many in the club, he pointed to a systemic problem with the international football calendar. Raphinha's injury is a shame. FIFA must make their calendar considering that these players play for big clubs, Laporta articulated, and he's absolutely right. This is not just a passing concern. It's a fundamental flaw in how the international game intersects with club football. We've seen it time and again. Friendlies, which are meant to be low-stakes affairs, morph into high-risk scenarios for players who are critical to their club's success. Laporta lamented, "It's a friendly match, and one of the team's best players suffers an injury. Of course it's annoying, and he has every reason to feel that way. The timing of this injury couldn't be worse, and it highlights the precarious nature of international fixtures during congested periods of the club season. This is not an isolated incident for Barcelona. The club's history is dotted with moments where international commitments have led to significant injuries, robbing them of crucial talent right when they need it most. The current landscape of football, especially for clubs competing at the highest levels, demands that we protect our players." Laporta's frustration isn't a shot at the players who represent their nations with pride. He made it clear, you can't blame the players. They are professionals, and they give their all for their country. This sentiment underscores an important reality. Players are caught in a system that doesn't always prioritize their welfare or the interests of their clubs. As we look ahead, the implications of Raphinha's injury extend beyond just the immediate impact on the squad. It begs the question, how long can this strained relationship between club and international football continue? The packed schedule that now defines the football calendar is a ticking time bomb. And for clubs like Barcelona, relying heavily on their star players during the business end of the season, any disruption can have dire consequences. Laporta concluded his remarks with a sentiment that resonates deeply with the fan base. The problem is the crowded schedule and the time of the season where we are playing for everything. It's infuriating. And indeed, it is infuriating. We stand on the precipice of a critical juncture in the season, and the stakes have never been higher. As we await further news on Raphinha's condition, the debate over the scheduling of international fixtures is once again thrust into the spotlight. For Barcelona, this situation is not just about one player. It's about the integrity of the club's ambitions and the broader implications of player welfare in the face of relentless competition. Now, as we delve deeper into the ongoing challenges faced by the club, it's essential to stay tuned for the next developments that could shape our season. The summer transfer window is heating up, and the future of Robert Lewandowski is at the forefront of discussions surrounding Barcelona. The situation is complex, with the club potentially parting ways with either Lewandowski or Ferran Torres. But let's be clear, Lewandowski's name is at the top of the list for a reason, and it's not just because of his stellar performance on the pitch. Barcelona, in its quest for financial stability post-pandemic, has offered Lewandowski a new deal, but it comes with a catch, a significantly reduced financial package that may not sit well with the Polish striker. This raises the question, is Barcelona really prepared to let go of one of the most prolific goal scorers in modern football? The answer seems to hinge on Lewandowski's willingness to accept less, a scenario that feels increasingly untenable. There's been chatter about interest from Major League Soccer, but let's not ignore the whispers coming from Europe, notably Italy. Juventus appears poised to make a move for a striker, especially with Dusan Vlahovic's impending exit. This is where Zbigniew Boniek, a legendary figure in Polish football, weighs in. His endorsement of a potential move for Lewandowski to Juventus is particularly telling. Boniek's perspective holds weight. After all, he has a rich history with the club, having won 2 Champions League titles in the 1980s. Boniek's comments should make every Barcelona supporter uneasy. He paints a picture of a Lewandowski who may be searching for a new challenge, someone who wants to fight for victories every week. If Robert wants to retire quietly, I would tell him to let football go, Boniek states, and that's a critical point. Does Lewandowski want to go down as a legend of Barcelona, or is he looking for a fresh battlefield where he can test his mettle? The allure of Serie A, with its reputation as one of the toughest leagues for strikers, could be tempting. The reality is Lewandowski's legacy at Barcelona is already cemented, and he's proven himself as one of the most lethal finishers in history. But football is as much about ambition as it is about legacy. If he's considering his next steps, it's a reflection of not just personal desires, but of the current state of the club. Barcelona has been in a transitional phase, and while the arrival of new talent might eventually elevate the team, we cannot ignore the risk of losing a player of Lewandowski's caliber. As the summer unfolds, fans must grapple with the uncertainty. Will Lewandowski stay and continue to add to his impressive tally in a Blaugrana shirt? Or could he be lured away by the promise of a new adventure in Italy? There's no denying that his departure would leave a significant gap in the squad, one that might not be easily filled. The stakes are high. If Lewandowski does decide to leave, it won't just be a loss of goals. It will signify a shift in the club's identity and ambitions. Barcelona needs to be prepared for all scenarios, and the decisions made now could have lasting impacts on the team's future. As we wait for clarity on Lewandowski's situation, the anticipation is palpable. The emotions run deep for supporters who have watched him turn games single-handedly with his striking prowess. Let's see how this saga unfolds and where it leads as Barcelona continues to navigate these turbulent waters. Up next, we turn our attention to another pivotal development surrounding the club. As the summer transfer window looms, the intrigue surrounding Jules Koundé is palpable, particularly for Barcelona fans who remember the fierce pursuit that brought the French defender to Camp Nou instead of Stamford Bridge back in 2021. Now, as speculation swirls, the stakes seem higher than ever. Could Koundé be on the move again? And if so, what would that mean for Barcelona? Chelsea is reportedly gearing up for an aggressive pursuit of Koundé, reigniting their interest after initially missing out on him. Various reports indicate that the Blues are not just window shopping. They are ready to make a serious offer for the player they coveted 2 years ago. But let's not kid ourselves. This isn't merely about Chelsea's ambitions. It's also a reflection of Barcelona's current financial predicament. The club is in a delicate situation, and selling Koundé could provide much-needed relief. While some fans may feel uneasy at the thought of losing a player of Koundé's caliber, it's crucial to analyze the circumstances. Koundé himself has not shown a burning desire to leave Barcelona. In fact, he seems relatively content in Catalonia, a sentiment that should not be overlooked. He has become an integral part of the squad since arriving, contributing both defensively and offensively. His departure would create a significant void, and one that cannot be easily filled. Then there's the financial aspect to consider. Barcelona's asking price for Koundé is expected to be high, somewhere in the range of 65 to 70 million pounds. The reality is that while Chelsea may be interested, they're unlikely to meet that valuation without some negotiation. The Blues are known for their shrewd dealings, and with Koundé not exactly in the prime of his resale value, they might explore other options if the price tag doesn't align with their financial strategy. Moreover, Chelsea's current management is focused on building a squad with a mix of youthful vigor and seasoned experience. It's a balancing act, and while Koundé fits the bill as a young yet experienced player, his high salary demands, reportedly around 18 million euros a year, may further complicate matters. Chelsea has shown willingness to invest in elite young talents, but adding high-priced veterans could disrupt their long-term vision. The narrative here is layered. On one hand, Barcelona faces a pressing need to address their financial situation, and a sale could ease some burdens. On the other hand, the club has invested heavily in Koundé, not just financially, but also as part of their tactical framework. Losing him would require a reassessment of their defensive strategy, and finding a suitable replacement who can step in without missing a beat is no small task. As we dissect this situation, it's also worth noting the psychological impact on the squad. Players are aware of the ongoing rumors, and such uncertainty can create ripples throughout the dressing room. Will Count's potential departure affect team morale, or will it galvanize the squad to perform even better in the upcoming season, knowing they need to prove their worth without one of their key defenders? The saga of Jules Kounde is not just about a single player. It encapsulates the broader challenges facing Barcelona in this tumultuous period. The club's financial health, squad dynamics, and the ever-watchful eyes of rival clubs create a perfect storm of uncertainty. Fans may feel a mix of anxiety and hope, but one thing remains clear. This is a situation that demands careful navigation. As we edge closer to the transfer deadline, keep your eyes on this developing story. The implications for Barcelona could be massive, and every decision made will resonate throughout the club. It's a time for reflection, but also a time for action. And as always, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Kounde's future? Should Barcelona hold firm, or is it time to cash in? Subscribe and comment below. Let's discuss what this could mean for our beloved club.